It's your boy E. Tally. I am back at it again on a Tuesday. It's been a minute, but hey, I got a special guest all the way from Johnson High School. Go ahead, special guest. Say who you are.
Yes, sir. My name is Elias Isaac, class of 2025, and I'm a point guard at Johnson High School.
And we also call him the AI of San Antonio, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
it. That's it. That's it. I know a little bit about the AI guy out there, having time spent in Philadelphia. So, hey, and you do play like it. But you are a little bit more pass first than that guy. That guy used to like shoot the ball.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But you got that
definitely.
passing down. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But hey, first let me lay the table out real quick and explain to everybody why I asked you to have some time with you today and interview you. From what I'm tracking, I was looking on Facebook and I saw Dad had a Facebook post in reference to you winning an award, and I believe the award is called the College Board National Recognition Scholar, and you and 80 or 79 other kids, that makes you 10% of your graduating class won that award. So that's the 10% of the population there of the graduating class that you stood out. And I thought that was just like a difference. You're making a difference already without basketball even being played. And I definitely wanted you to come on the show and talk about that and just kind of let everybody know who you are. So can
Yes,
you tell us
sir.
a little bit more about this award you won?
Yes, sir. So this award, it's for minorities that scored well on their PSAT. And so I got that because I'm from African American background and also Hispanic background. And so I scored well enough on my PSAT to get that award.
So also, I don't know if you know this part, but you scoring high on the practice PSAT also lets everybody know, you should score high on the actual SAT, and with doing that, that puts you in a very, very top percentage of your class, to where though it opens up a lot of doors for you. I know you're probably tracking that, and again, for me, being here and making sure we talk about the student athletes, I give you this platform to let everybody know, hey man, you're doing all the right things, and hopefully it opens up a few doors for you to allow you to further your education.
Right.
So let's move on to some questions. Again, like I told you, basic questions is nothing real hard. But my first one, since again you over there winning awards and things, how do you balance your actual academics and your basketball plus your home life, and then just you being a young man? How do you balance all those things?
Right. So my parents, they always stress to me like you're a student athlete and the student part comes first. So I always aim to strive in the classroom and get my work done first, get my work done early, never procrastinate or push things to the side saying that I can do it later so that then I can have more time on the court without worrying about, doing homework or anything like that. And I can focus on getting better at basketball. And so that's really how I like balance my academics as well as my athletics.
If I'm correct, you just came off of a great AAU season. And with you coming off that great season, getting ready to handle some of the demands of high school basketball, what do you feel is like the hardest thing that you have to juggle right now?
Well, as of right now, I would say since I'm a senior, I have to focus on applying to colleges and keeping my grades up, keeping my GPA up so I can get to more colleges and get accepted to those higher end type of colleges. And so just focusing on that as well as trying to focus on sports is probably the hardest thing. But again, I have a good balance and a good system and a good support system so that I can do that very well.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit. Give me that's high school only. Give me a memorable moment that you had that you would like to share with the audience, that you have that you'll never forget in high school basketball.
All right. So my freshman year, I was lucky enough to play on varsity, and I didn't really get too many minutes. As a freshman, we had a lot of seniors on the team at the time, and our main players were guards. But in the playoff game, uh, I'll never forget we were playing against Wagner, and I got called up to play, and I wasn't really expecting it, but I came in the game, and I was always ready for the moment. It's one thing I always am is ready for the moment. and I got a corner shot, first shot of the game. I hit it. So I was just real excited. I know my dad was real excited. My mom was real excited. So that was a big moment for me. I'll never forget that.
Well, you have a wonderful dad. He's a great man. He really supports you, and I love the bond you guys have on and off the court. So I'm sure he was. I bet he was smiling from ear to ear, boy. Because
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
that's one of the great things I do notice here in San Antonio when freshmen are given the opportunity to play basketball as on a varsity level. Again, it's a proud moment. So I bet he was just as proud as you were to see you make the knock down that shot.
Yes, sir.
So
I
how?
heard him all the way on
Huh?
the court.
You heard him?
Yep.
And you were playing a tough team, Wagner. Did y'all win that game?
No, we ended up losing by I think like 8.
Okay, okay, yeah. Wagner was a juggernaut back then, and even when
Yeah,
they
that was.
played, they were 6A, and now they're back to 5A. That's a tough
Mhm.
team, man. That's a tough
Oh
team.
yeah.
And you guys had it hard because you guys were always playing that district. That district
Yep.
was a tough. That's a tough district to play. So okay. So how has the basketball playing influenced your personal development and your character?
So my position as a basketball player, and it's always been like that my whole life, is I've always been a point guard. And so as a point guard, I'm expected to be the leader of the team. I'm expected to be the coach on the floor. So off the court, it transfers off the court as well because I'm also a leader off the court. And I like to, stay responsible, be proactive off the court, just like I have to do on the court.
So with you being responsible of everything, as when it comes to your leadership, what kind of leader do you consider yourself, or what kind of leader did you develop to? This is your senior year.
Yes, sir. So I would say I'm definitely more of a lead by example type of leader, but I'm a pretty quiet guy in general. So I am trying to get better at being more vocal. That's like every feedback that I get is that I need to be more vocal. So I'm still working on that, but I would definitely say I'm more of a lead by example type of guy right now. But if you ask me the question later, in the season or later when the season starts, I'll say that I'm both.
Okay, all right, all right. So last year, uh, give me a challenging game that you guys went into. I'm not gonna say you kind of, you knew it was gonna be a challenging game, and you guys somehow faced that challenge, you overcame it, and you won that game. What game do you look at last year, and you look at it and say, "Man, I did not believe we were gonna win that game."
So I would say um, the game against Roosevelt last year. And that game was kind of a weird game because I had just come back from being sick. So I haven't been in any practices or anything like that. And so I didn't play until like the fourth quarter because I was just, I wasn't feeling at my best. I wasn't feeling 100%. And we were down that game, but we still ended up fighting back in the fourth quarter. And my boy Daryl, he hit the game winning shot, buzzer beater. And so that was really important too, because if we lost that game, it would have struggled to make the playoffs.
I was just about to add to that because that game really took them out of the playoffs, if I'm correct. Because I think they played like Madison or somebody next and lost that game. So I believe that was the game that kind of sent them down a spiral towards though they just couldn't overcome. So okay, okay, it's big stuff. So what strategies do you use to maintain your physical peak during the games? What do you do that just keeps you going? Because you guys you play quite a few minutes.
Yes, sir. Well, whenever in practice, whenever we're running sprints, I don't look at it as like a punishment, but as a way to get better. And so I always try to be first in the sprints. I always push my hardest in the sprints. I don't focus on just beating the time that he puts on the clock or nothing like that. I just run my hardest so that I can stay in shape for the game because I'm not going to come off the court a lot. And I know that I have to keep my stamina up so I can always be at my best.
Yeah, you're gonna need that this year. Hey,
Yes, sir.
hey. I hope y'all ready.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
got this. And you know what though? I think this year got you guys ranked pretty high, and I think you guys right now on paper, what you guys look like, you guys look pretty good. Towards I think you're gonna go pretty far in the playoffs. I got you guys going at least 2, 3 rounds. All right,
Yes, sir.
all right. So how do you handle the pressures during the crucial moments in the game? How do you talk to yourself or allow yourself to make sure you don't let the moment be bigger than you?
So I've been playing basketball my whole life. So I've been in a lot of situations where, the down to wire situations where it's a lot of pressure. And I've learned over the years to just like never let that really affect you because I have trust in the amount of work that I put in and the training that I put in. So I just trust in that and I know that it's going to take me to where I need to be. So I just trust in that and I don't let the pressure get to me.
Okay, okay. So you just let it just roll off and just try to play through it, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. So what roles have your players and or excuse me, your teammates and your coaches play in the successes in the success that you have as an athlete?
So you can't win by yourself. That's the main thing. There's no I in team. So without my teammates always giving their all and always doing their jobs, which they always do, and I always help them do as they help me do my job as well, then we couldn't win games. So being a better athlete, in practice, they always push me. Uh, it's a lot of competition in our practices to make everyone better. So that definitely helps me become a better athlete, and I help them become better athletes as well.
So if you guys becoming better athletes, how do you mentally prepare for every game?
So we watch film on the teams that we play. We have a group chat too where we talk to each other about matchups and about things to look for, things to watch out for, what their tendencies, what they like to do. We always prepare for every team. No matter if we're playing the number one ranked team or if we're playing an unranked team, it doesn't matter. We take every opponent serious.
Okay, okay. Yeah, y'all got a big one coming up this Saturday, right?
Yes, sir.
Y'all playing the Clemens Buffaloes, if I'm correct, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On
Okay,
Friday.
okay. Oh, it's Friday. I'm sorry, it's
Yes,
Friday.
sir.
I got you guys both ranked. So I'm letting you know. Okay, so unfortunately, somebody's gonna move up and somebody's gonna move down. All right,
Yes, sir.
all right. Like I said, I'm not gonna give you no bulletin board material, so you good, you good. I'm not gonna say anything. All right, what are your goals for your final season of high school and
So
basketball
yes,
wise?
sir. Yes, sir. So I've been on varsity for 3 seasons so far, freshman, sophomore, and junior year. And one thing that I've never been able to do is I've never been able to get over the hump of be winning in the first round of the playoffs. So that's definitely a goal of mine is to get that first win in the playoffs and then obviously to just go as far as possible.
Well, I think you guys got a really good chance of doing that this year. I really do. I think you guys, your bye this year, of course, goes against the guys out of Brennan, if I'm correct. You play them
Yes.
first, and then depending on winning that, go up to Austin. You go up to Austin.
Yes, sir.
So I think you guys. I think I see you guys doing it this year. I
Yes,
see
sir.
it happening. All right,
That's the
I see it
plan.
happening. All right. Um, so, how has living and playing in San Antonio shaped you and your experiences as a basketball player or an athlete?
So San Antonio, back in the day, we were never really given respect. When people think of Texas, they think of Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio. They're just the little dogs. They don't get no respect. But over the years, we've all played a part in gaining that respect. So now San Antonio has been put on the map, and I would like to say is one of the powerhouses of Texas at this point. So that's just, being the underdog and fighting to get on top is just like it helps me as well.
I love that answer, and I really need more athletes from San Antonio to really think like that because I think we have a lot of great basketball players here in the city, and it's time for you guys to start getting the recognition that you guys need to be looked at as those players. So I like that answer. Great answer. Good answer. So,
Thank you.
what advice would you give a younger player in seventh or eighth grade about to come to Johnson High School?
I would say that the time goes by really fast. I feel like I was just a freshman. I feel like it was just my first year on varsity. Just like that playoff moment. I feel like I was just there. So I would say you just got to give it your all and just not take any opportunities for granted, not take anything for granted because you never know what could happen. You could get injured, you could lose a whole season. It like you just never know. So you always got to give it your all. and just always have fun and just be grateful for what you have.
All right. Last question, then we're gonna jump to some rapid fire. What are your again? I'm not asking which school, so I'm not trying to break the code or be the first one to know. But what are your aspirations as far as you finishing high school this year, and then trying to get into or going to college or going to the workforce? What are your aspirations with that?
Right. So I play basketball because I know it can also open up opportunities for me. So if I can get, any type of scholarship or also with the academics too can also help me with scholarships because the goal is to just try to get to a good college for as least amount of money as possible. And I know that basketball and academics can open up those doors and open up those opportunities. So that's my goal right now is to get into that. And I want to do computer science as my major in college. So that's what I want to do as workforce too, get into cybersecurity and things like that.
And it's a really, really great job. You come out almost making very, very close to six figures. And that's a really, really good job. That'll set you up. So hey man, you're definitely going in the right direction. You're definitely trying to use the round ball to help you get to that goal you have. So I love to hear it. All right,
Yes,
quick
sir.
rapid fire.
All
So
right.
I'm an undercover foodie, so that's why I always ask a lot of food questions. All right.
Okay.
I'm not a foodie by like, oh, I'll tell everybody, but I'm an undercover one. Okay. So let's get you a fun fact. Matter of fact, it's your turn. You give me a fun fact. Then we go to rapid fire.
Fun fact. Um, let's see. I would say a fun fact about me is that I can rap a little bit. I can make a little music.
So you know when you ask the people people say that, you gotta at least have a little verse ready to go. Go ahead. You got to have a
Nah,
verse. You got
I don't
no,
know.
no.
I don't know.
Hey, listen, no. You cannot say I can sing or I can dance, and then don't expect the interviewer to say, "Okay, at least can you give me a little something?" Come on.
I need a beat, man. I need a beat.
Oh my goodness. Well, unfortunately, I'm not a person to make beats, so I don't have a beat for you. So you got away, but I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you at one of your games. I'm telling you now.
Okay,
So you
I'll
better
be
be
ready.
ready.
I'll be
All right.
ready.
All right.
I'll be
Bet
ready.
that. All right. So real quick, rapid fire. All right. Pizza or calzone?
Pizza,
Chili, chili cheese dogs or cheeseburgers?
cheeseburgers,
All right. Whataburger or In and Out?
definitely Whataburger.
All right. It's a two-part wing question.
Okay,
Flats or drums?
flats for sure.
And the last question, hot or barbecue?
I'm gonna go barbecue.
Hey man, thank you for giving me this time. Thank you for allowing me to let everybody know that, hey man, you're not just a guy who can play basketball. You are a scholar and a student athlete. And I appreciate that. And I'll definitely be following you this whole season. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for
Hey,
having me.
no, thank you. Thank you again. All right.
All right.
Continue doing what you're doing. Have a good
Yes,
one.
sir. You
Yes, sir.
too.
Bye.